evening, call to order the Board of Trustees regular meeting for May 19, 2025. Please rise me, follow me to pledge allegiance. So used to doing the work session now. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Administrator, please call the roll.
Thanks. Trustee Coffey,
Here.
Trustee Lopez,
Here.
Trustee Dorio,
Here.
Trustee Corrales.
Here.
Mayor Williams.
Here.
Note the presence of myself and Mr. Neal and his associate. And Mr. Morby.
Yeah, we remember that. He's coming back.
One of the good guys.
He never left us. Appointment with the board approval, consideration of a resolution approving the appointment of Fire Department Second Lieutenant Joseph Segura effective May 19, 2025.
I don't know he's up to date with overtime.
He is, and I believe that
What Gene said.
Gene's memo outlines that, the fire chief. What we need is some more people to do what he did.
I move, accept.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Coffey,
Aye.
Trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Trustee Dorio,
Aye.
Trustee Corrales,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Mayoral appointment approval of board contingent appointment of volunteer firefighting area Portillo. He used to be a member, contingent upon meeting medical requirements. Let's come back.
So
Somebody,
moved.
second?
Aye.
Roll call.
Yes.
Roll call.
Trustee Coffey,
Aye.
Trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Trustee Dorio,
Aye.
Trustee Corrales.
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. The summer and seasonal part-time, Caesar Grande, highway laborer, and Gabe Mirsky, village clerk intern, so far.
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Trustee Coffey,
Aye.
Trustee Lopez,
Aye.
Trustee Dorio,
Aye.
Trustee Corrales,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. Committee reports, trustee Coffey.
I added the one payment claims.
Oh,
What was on your desk?
yeah, no, I took too long. Where's this at?
Is this the payment claim?
I know, but I left it in the, see, I took the one that, consider resolution authorizing the payment of claims, thank you.
I have questions.
Okay.
It's in your office, is that where it is? Printout?
Here, right.
So can you explain three things to me? Why do we have so much for Mr. Inazo?
Good.
And we have Yvette Inazo here for a Knob Hill fire. fire chief, why did that not go through the fire department budget? What is it?
So the first one is, that he's, per the resolution that you did on May 5th, Mr. Nas is getting paid per diem, per day, for the month of May.
Per diem, for days used.
No. Per day. It's the same one as the first one. And if you recall, both times I asked about that and then made clear that it was what it said on the resolution.
And has this one been signed?
There's no sign, there's no agreement to sign.
Because as far as I'm aware, the last time that Neil contacted him was May 6th, and he refused to give him information.
It was between the two arrangements. I don't think it was May 6th, I think it was the day before that board resolution. And it was because Mr. Nazo hadn't been told that he was working past April 30th.
I have it as May 6th.
I don't know, that was May 5th.
That was
and
May
then he
5th,
was
and on May
notified
6th, he told
later
him,
on
no,
May 5th.
I can't give you information, I don't have a contract.
Okay, because that didn't come from the attorney, I mean, I don't do those resolutions, the attorney does. I can't tell Mr.
Am I the only
Nazo-
one that was under the impression that he was getting paid for days as needed?
What they think you want. That's
Right,
what-
days that he worked, not blanket.
That's what the resolution says, and both times, to this board, once I was sitting there, and once I was sitting here, I asked, do you understand what that says? And you guys said you did, that it was per day, he was getting paid for the time.
Per day as needed, per day that
That's
he
not what it
was
says.
needed.
That's what the attorney wrote, that's not what that says. That's what he wrote.
So whether he works or not, he's gonna pay.
He was getting paid for 5 days a week, whether we call him or not. I don't know what Neil was using him for. I've only called him a few times. And I do know specifically Neil asked me about that code, and I said to him, he doesn't know that he was approved last night. It was only last night. And once the attorney gets that to me, which was later in the day, I would tell him. And then, I don't know if he provided it to him, I think Neil said he didn't need it at that point, right? So, that's my, I don't know what they're doing. All I know is I gotta pay the person by what that resolution says. And we also clarified it with the last set of bills, you asked the same thing.
I asked the same thing, and I still didn't think that that was right.
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with Mike Mills. What this says is that, yes, he's supposed to get paid every day, work or not. So I think if it's an issue, we should change it.
Well, that runs through the other one.
Yes. The way it's worded, yes, that's what it is, that's what we agreed on. I mean, we didn't fully.
And you don't need him anymore.
What was the second one?
The second one was why the fire department for event did.
I'm gonna assume on this one, because I don't know specifically, that had to do with the car fire that was up at Nob Hill.
Yes, that,
And I
it says
believe
that, but.
Stuff was bought for the fire department, for the people that were up there. I think it was refreshments or water or whatever.
And why does that not go through the fire department's budget?
It does. It's chief's expense, that's what it's put down as. She paid for it, got reimbursed. I mean, if she paid
So
for it,
expenses fire chief means it goes to that budget.
correct.
Okay, I understand now. Thank you. I can't find it. It was more of a question. On LairdNet, is that an automatic payment every month, or does it have to be submitted every month? Because Neil said he's finished with him as well. He's been off board.
That was, that was per month, and he's done.
Okay, so it's not
Whatever,
something,
wherever Neil cut him off is where he's cut off.
okay, so it's not something we have to put an automatic, a stop on an
No,
automatic?
no, that's
Okay.
submitted lawfully. And you made arrangements with him, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Let's approve the claims.
So moved.
Somebody second? Roll call.
Trustee Coffey,
Aye.
trustee Lopez,
Aye.
trustee Dorio,
Aye.
trustee Corrales,
Aye.
Mayor Williams.
Aye. That's all I got, you, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Next. Committee reports, trustee Coffey.
Building department report. I would like to start out first by thanking Tony and Sean for staying on top of everything. The water main project is complete, and they paved the rear parking lot for Village Hall. That's all I have for the building department. And I have from Mary Ann Rippon, she's the children's librarian at Bosley. They've been in touch with the Elmsford School District again this year, and they'll host a second grade field trip to the library and issue them library cards. They are coming June 10th and 11th. Their summer reading club will kick off on June 28th at 11 a.m. The program is open to kids finishing K through 5th grade this June, and the theme is Color Our World. Flyers this program and all events will be sent out in early June, so we should get it distributed. Now, the thing is, last year, I told her that I would let her know definitely after tonight's meeting, but we let them do it last year, and from what I understand, the camp kids really enjoyed it. It's, Elmsford is interested in having story walks posted in any of the town parks this summer. Please let her know, and she's happy to create them and post them in late June or July. So I said we would like to have it, it was well received last year, and, we would let her know what parks we have.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was doing pretty well.
Yeah, but you're right, it was a good idea. Kids loved it.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, we'll go and read them, man. So that.
That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Lopez?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have anything new to report since our last meeting.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Dorio?
Mayor. For recreation, soccer began on Saturday, May 10th. It was very well attended, with families coming out to support the children who are playing their first games of the season. The number of people who attended was much larger than expected. They are currently restructuring the schedule to spread out the games and place more time in between games to assist in the traffic and parking. The volleyball players, they have 25 girls practicing on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 7:30 at the Grady School Gym. It's become the fastest growing sport in Elmsford. The next session in the winter, they will be adding an extra class to accommodate the demand. The Spray Park will be opening this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Hours will be 12 to 6 p.m., including Monday, until June 30th, only weekends. Then they will have a more full-time schedule for the season. The first day of summer camp is July 7th. There are a few groups that still have openings remaining, so residents are encouraged to apply before it's too late. And summer camp is still hiring for college-age counselors, medical staff, and lifeguards. Please go to the village website for more information. From our fire department, the fire department will be participating in the annual Memorial Day services, and the fire department will be participating in the honor flight event on May 31st by displaying the flag from the ladder truck on Furnish Street. From our public schools, May 20th is the school board budget vote and elections, reminding all residents come out and vote.
Thank you. Trustee Corrales? Welcome
Okay.
home.
Thank you, sir. Municipal buildings, Mr. Mills, I believe hired somebody to help scan all the papers in the back of the court, to help the judge and the court clerk have a spot. And as far as the other buildings, we'll talk about that when the guys are here next time. I've been walking the streets, walking the businesses, people seem very happy and energetic about comes forward. Police department, they did, last Friday, they did a detail for pedestrians in the crosswalk and not, vehicles not yielding to them. They did 22 stops for 11 summonses, and they're still out there watching that. They're also doing block the box, they're looking into the cars that are blocking the box. The tractor trailers that were parked on the west side of 119 that has stopped because we put signs up for no parking. There's still one on the east side, and they've been summoned constantly because he's been leaving it there. They did tow him one day, they did pay the tow fine. He's back there again, but they are always summons him every day and watching it. Norwood Country Club, the Norwood extension over there, they put the counter up. There's been a lot of cars over there, a lot of people speeding. Have watched, it's very hard because with a marked vehicle, they see the car and they stop it. You can't keep a marked vehicle, even unmarked. Very difficult. So as the commissioner, after we then evaluated everything, looks like we're probably going to need, if we can, 2 speed bumps up there. We kind of figured out the areas where they should be, and we'd like us to talk more about getting some speed bumps up there. There are a lot of people walking up there, there are a lot of people walking dogs and exercising, and a lot of people speeding up there. So, the Norwood Country Club people who sit there also post the same thing. Also, up on that Norwood extension, one suggestion is we put up more what the speed limit is. There's not a lot of speed limit signs up there. That might help also. Me and the commissioner are going to evaluate that next week. And what else have I got? Oh, they're also, they have a new prospect for the job here, and they sent him for a medical. It looks good. That's it.
Please know his name?
No, they didn't require any of that. It just says, they sent him for a
It's
medical.
from
Richard Chancellor. I believe,
Eastchester?
if I remember, he was a transfer from
Eastchester.
NYPD.
Yeah, but then, yeah.
And he had only about 3 years on, which is good. And 1 or 2 of the other officers actually moved because also, so they could be well up.
Thank you, sir.
That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Progress, administrator, anything?
Nothing, sir.
Motion to adjourn to executive session for intermunicipal contract?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed?